Hi Capricorn, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for December. I hope you're doing well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Capricorn out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, you get in where you fit in. But as always, Capricorn, don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Capricorn? Capricorn. All right. All right, Capricorn, you're starting out with the Three of Wands reversed. You have the Two of Pentacles, and coming out together, we have the Page of Cups reversed along with the Three of Swords reversed. So I feel like Capricorn, you're tired of waiting for something. You're trying to find balance. I do feel like you're impatient for that balance to happen. There's a sense here that you've been waiting for something to come in or waiting for something to come to you, and it just hasn't yet. Now, it could be financial because you could be waiting on some sum of money for some of you. And in the meantime, you're kind of having to be very careful with your money, balance everything out, weighing up the pros and cons about it. But I do feel like you're also deciding that something or someone that you are involved with here, that they're just not the person for you. They're not in your future. But you've been waiting as far as taking any action on it, perhaps because you're trying to keep balance in the situation. I'm also seeing that there could be somebody that you may have been involved with this Page of Cups reversed, that things ended with that person. It was painful for you, and you're healing from that. Let me see who's in your energy. Show me who's in Capricorn's energy. I'm getting the energy of somebody who's not quite happy where they are. Maybe there was something from your past that didn't work out, and that was painful. And now you might be trying to, move back towards that. So whatever didn't work out in the past. So Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Hermit in reverse. Could be dealing with a Virgo. Moon in reverse. And that is Capricorn. So whoever's in your energy, they're undergoing some sort of a karmic lesson or a karmic cycle here. This is somebody who's rather reclusive. I feel like you may not have been talking to this person for a while. There's this energy of them having pulled back, trying to figure something out, trying to find answers to something. I don't feel like this is somebody that is currently investing in this connection with you. And I'm not so sure that you're investing with them at this time either. But this is somebody who is searching for answers. They're looking for answers. This is a reclusive type of person. I don't feel like this is somebody who, has been dating or going out a lot. I feel like they've kind of been keeping to themselves. Now, you may hear from this person, but whatever it is that they were searching for, they feel like they have found, because this person's had some sort of an epiphany, some sort of an understanding. Something here has been revealed to them. Let me see the energy between Capricorn and this person. The Seven of Swords. Okay. All right. So Capricorn, that's deceit. There was deceit in this connection, and that's why this person's not investing. But I also feel like neither of you are. It's unusual to find the Seven of Swords like that direct, but in this particular lineup of cards. So there was something here. Maybe this was an affair that ended. Let me keep going. I don't want to say that, but there's definitely the energy between the two of you is deceitfulness. There's something that has been deceit, or perhaps it was a secret connection. And you don't feel like this is ever going to come about because this person has withdrawn, but they're still in your energy. And when this person withdrew, it hurt you. Let me see what's affecting this connection. The Two of Wands reversed and the Ace of Wands. Yeah. So this looks like somebody that you had possibly a one-night stand with, or possibly a very short affair with, perhaps. I do feel like it was something that was secretive, something that wasn't out in, common knowledge. I feel like you kind of were weighing up the pros and cons about this relationship, and you chose to go in another direction. But this person was like all in. They were like, yeah, let's do this. They were very, very attracted to you, especially on a physical level. So then this person, once you chose to go in another direction, they withdrew, or it could have been opposite. They could have withdrawn. That hurt you, and you chose to go in another direction. But I see that, and they could live at a distance from you with this Two of Wands reversed as well. And now you're kind of wanting to bring balance back to this situation. So let's see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. King of Pentacles reversed. That would be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. But that shows me that, when this connection between you and this person, so I think this is the new person. I feel like you're involved in something that you don't feel like you should be involved in, but it's not with this person. It's this feeling that your future isn't where you're currently at. Now, I don't know if that has to do with another relationship, or if that has to do with possibly a living situation, but I see a sense of dissatisfaction with where you're at. If it was with another relationship, this was a secret connection, and you were juggling this person and someone else, and that's where we're seeing the Seven of Swords. This person may have pulled back, or you may have pulled back, or decided to go, with whoever you're currently with. What I am seeing is you both are feeling a sense of loss here. There's definitely a sense of loss. I feel like there's a sense of melancholy. It hurt you when this person pulled back, when this ended. But you are healing from it, so that's good. And a lot of you, are wanting to balance things out with this person, because wherever you are, you feel, and for whatever reason, you don't feel that that's where you belong. So bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. That's underlying energy. That is indicating that this was not a balanced connection, and that's because it was set up, it was based on something deceitful here. So it wasn't balanced. It was, either you felt breadcrumbed or they did, but it wasn't a balanced connection. Let's clarify. Why is the Three of Wands in reverse for Capricorn? All right, so we have the Temperance card. We have the Four of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. You may feel like you were led to this person. Some of you guys are very spiritual. You're praying about the situation. Some of you are, like I said, you're literally praying about money because there's some you're waiting for some money. You're impatient for like some of money to come in. It's coming in. It's coming in, but it's going to come in when you least expect it. I will say that. And that's going to balance out your financial situation. So just, take courage with that. What I am seeing, though, is that with regard to this connection, this is showing me that you were very focused on something from your past. So you didn't recognize the value of this connection. This connection was set up on deceit. I feel like somebody out there ran into somebody, wasn't expecting to meet that person, had this new beginning, but yet you were already involved elsewhere. So now I'm seeing that you're recognizing that maybe you weren't recognizing what this person was bringing to the table. And I do feel like you think it's just a missed opportunity, or you're wondering if it's a missed opportunity. You are focusing on it, though, and it definitely does look like there was third-party energy here. So I do feel like you would like to heal this connection. You would like to have something with this person, because you're feeling more and more that where you are is not where you belong. Why is the Two of Pentacles here for Capricorn? Nine of Cups reversed. Be careful with the drinking. And the Ten of Cups. Yeah, you feel like this new situation that you took a pass on, that could make you happy. And you're not happy where you are. Which is exactly why you got into the situation, because you were juggling. You weren't happy where you were. There was a sense of dissatisfaction. You ran into this person somehow, and this person made you feel joy. They made you feel happy. But one of you decided to end this, to go in another direction. Let me see. And I do see that it hurt you. It was painful. Show me the bottom energy for Capricorn. The Empress in reverse. The Four of Wands reversed. And the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so if you're in a marriage, some of you could have been married. That situation is ending. That situation is ending, and I do feel that you're not giving to that situation anymore, but you may still be engaged in it somehow. I do feel like at the end of the day, this person may have been the one who withdrew. This is that new person in your energy, because you were hurt. You felt rejected. You felt abandoned by this person. So they pulled away from this. And when they pulled away, you chose to stay where you were, but you weren't really nourishing it. You weren't really nurturing that connection. And I don't feel like you're involved with this person any longer, but they're still in your energy is what I'm seeing here. Some of you could be going through an ending in your current situation. You may be walking away from that person. Let me look at this person's energy. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here for the person in Capricorn's energy? Three of Coins reversed and the Nine. Yeah, this person is single. This is somebody who is single. They don't want to be the one responsible for any kind of an ending that you're going through. So they feel that if they were to invest in this connection, it's deceptive, that there's some sort of deception, and it would end your current situation, and they don't want to do that. So that's why they're not investing in this. They're not investing in deception, basically. And that deception is what they feel would end whatever situation you're in. They don't want to be part of third-party energy. This is somebody who is seated in the pretty Empress energy. They're single. This is somebody who is very spiritual. This is someone who, does very well for themselves. They're financially stable. And they're very careful about what they invest in. Let me see why the Hermit is here. So Hermit here. The Ten of Wands and the Page of Wands. Yeah, this person could be younger than you, or you could be younger than them, and that could be, in their mind, part of the problem. I feel like this person pulled back. They were doing a lot of soul searching about this connection, because this was a very passionate connection. But I do feel like this person would like to talk to you, but they see that this connection is problematic in as much as it's a highly sexual connection and there's deceit involved. And this person is saying, no, I don't want to be the person who ends something else. Yeah. So I do feel like they want to talk to you, though. You may hear from them. If so, it's going to be something very small, like maybe a text or something of that nature. But you know what? I don't know that they will. They may want to, but I don't know that they will, because this overwhelmed them. This had a lot of problems attached to it that they don't want to involve themselves in. Why is the Moon in reverse? Is it possible that you didn't tell this person that you were involved elsewhere? We have the Magician because they've realized something. We have the World in reverse, and we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So this person doesn't feel like things are over between the two of you. They feel like there's a cycle here that has not yet completed. And honestly, they're manifesting you. They're manifesting you back in. So they don't feel like things are over, but they feel like they've had to release the connection because something was revealed to them. I'm wondering if this person didn't realize that you were involved with someone else, because whatever was revealed to them is what made them say, no, I need to let this go. I need to release this. And when they did that, you interpreted that as them rejecting you. But they're literally manifesting you right now. But I don't know that you are aware of that. Yeah. If you do come back towards this person, I think they'll let their guard down. But they will be asking for truth. Let's see why the Seven of Swords is here. King of Pentacles, that's you. 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah, this person is not going to give of themselves emotionally. They don't feel like you were giving of yourself emotionally either. There's something that has to end before this person's going to be willing to invest in this connection. Now, they do want to come towards you, and they do have feelings for you. However, they're not going to do that unless something else ends. And you're showing up here as still being involved, but dissatisfied with where you are involved. Yeah, there's lessons that have to be learned here. So I do feel like you're still involved. You were involved when you met this person. And I'm not sure you were completely honest with them. Now, just take it as it resonates. But in order for this to move forward, for this person to want to invest, Capricorn, they're waiting to see if something else ends. And some of you guys are feeling highly pressured by family or close friends to stay in this connection. Somebody might be giving you very poor advice that is keeping you bound to this other connection. Let me see what's affecting the connection. All right, we have Judgment in the reverse. Queen of Wands reversed. And there's your Six of Pentacles reversed. So you feel like you made a poor judgment call. You feel like you made a poor judgment call with this person. So you decided to stay where you were, even though you were satisfied with where you were. But prior to that, there was some juggling that went on. This person pulled away. They couldn't figure out what was actually taking place here. They were soul searching. They were looking for answers. They also feel like, you know, being involved in this connection would be a poor judgment call as well. So you both agree on that. However, I feel like you both are being, you know, energetically, you're still drawn to one another. Now, are you taking action on it? No. Do you feel like this person would make you happy? Yes, you do. But you chose to move in another direction. And I feel like you're just seated in this energy where you're very dissatisfied. Now, this person in your energy, they would love to have a conversation with you. They would love to meet up with you. But the problem is that it's not a balanced connection and that they don't want to be juggled. Yeah, it's not balanced. So they're recognizing that and they're trying to make, you know, good decisions. These are judgment calls. Look, at the bottom of the deck is that Seven of Swords again. So let me see your outcome here. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. Ace of Cups reversed. The Sun. And the King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy here. So in your outcome, you're both by the end of the week, and this could change. See, this is a new relationship that was trying to come in. It looks like it's not coming in. There's a sense of loss here. I feel like you are realizing this. You're realizing that this person could have made you happy. You're realizing you're not happy where you're at. And you're also, ironically, you feel like you feel like this person made a good decision here. Yeah. So in their energy, they're coming across as being very honest and very direct. Somebody who maybe they didn't know you were involved with someone else. I don't know. But if they did, this is someone who's choosing to remain single, but they are manifesting you and they're manifesting this connection. Has it come in? No, it hasn't. So this is somebody who feels like there is still a possibility for this connection. And I feel like this person is not completely out of your energy, Capricorn, but you would have to end something else. And whatever that is, it's not a very stable situation. It's not a situation that's growing. But you would have to leave somebody else out in the cold. And I feel like you're resistant to doing that, possibly because of close friends or family. And you're not even sure if this person is still interested in the situation because of the way things went down. I definitely feel that they are, but only if it's a very honest and direct connection. Now, if you were to reach out to them, and I don't see you doing that, I see you remaining where you're at, thinking about this person, wanting to actually, bridge that gap, but not doing so, not taking the action to do so. But I'm going to tell you, this person would definitely talk with you, but they're not going to engage in a situation where they would be juggled with anyone else either. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords in the reverse. That is underlying energy, and it does indicate that there could be some communication, but, at a later date. Yeah, at a later date. So, all right, I'm going to pull a oracle card. Now, for some of you, you might have found yourself on the other side. If that's where you resonated with, just switch it around. But, yeah, this is, it's a complicated situation, but it doesn't have to be. It would require, Capricorn, for you to make a decision and then act on your convictions. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. You have number 18. It's called Serendipity. Let me read that for you. Give me a second. All right, so the meaning of this card is opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. It says you've stepped into alignment with the greater good where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and great miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you very much. Now, the relationship message reads, Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs that Spirit presents. So, Capricorn, you have to ask yourself, was meeting this person, was that serendipity? Was that Spirit putting someone into your life because you were dissatisfied with the life you were leading? And if so, what are you doing with that opportunity? All right, I hope this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you guys in your next reading, Capricorn, know that you are loved, and namaste.